Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. The first time we saw the New York Liberty on national television this year, they did wonderful. The first time we saw the Chicago Sky on national television this year, they did wonderful. The first time we saw the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark this year, we're actually going to get to that momentarily. The first time we saw the New York Liberty this year, they did 1.3 million views on average. The only thing is, this number was severely inflated thanks to Caitlin Clark playing right after. Without having anything to do with Caitlin Clark, the question that we're all asking is, how good are these numbers going to be? Great question. Well, last night we got a little bit of that answer. The New York Liberty versus the Chicago Sky. We have New York white privilege Liberty versus the Chicago Sky. Ooh, what a matchup. What a matchup. Sabrina, Brianna versus Angel and Camila. Oh my, everybody's tuning in. Everybody's tuning in. Everybody's sitting back, turning on their TV. The first time without Kayla, come on, these guys got to do 1 million, right? No, they got to do 900,000 then, right? No, 800,000? What about 700,000? What? 600,000 views. Without a helpful hand from Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever bolstering up their numbers, because people are saying, yeah, we'll just sit through this game and wait for the Indiana Fever game to come on. Yeah, we'll just tune into the last half and hopefully we make it in time for the Indiana. Without the benefit of the doubt, the New York Liberty and the Chicago Sky did a whopping 600,000 on ESPN. Indeed. Which is, ironically, less than half of the Indiana Fever versus Brazil game. But here we are. First time without Caitlin Clark's assistant, without Caitlin Clark's help carrying them. Those guys did 606,000. The Indiana Fever, on a network that's not NBA TV, without Caitlin Clark for the first time, they did 851,000. I think this is a fair comparison. The Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark on Ion compared to the defending champs and the biggest superstar the WNBA has ever seen going head-to-head on ESPN. I think that's a fair comparison. And the fact that still 250,000 more people tuned in to watch a Caitlin Clarkless Indiana Fever team compared to a healthy New York Liberty, compared to a healthy Chicago Sky. Before last year, this might have been, the owners might have been shaking a little bit. But now that they actually saw some real numbers, now that they actually experienced last year and saw some real ratings and some real metrics, what did I say? What have I been saying? 250,000 and up on the ESPNs, the ABCs, the CBSs, the Foxes. 750,000 and up. 750,000 plus is what these numbers need to be looking like. And unfortunately, they didn't get there. But let's continue with this, shall we? They did 606,000 on ESPN, yet Caitlin Clark's first time this season on NBA TV only did 20,000 less? Whoa. Hold on. This can't be right. The New York Liberty and the Chicago Sky on ESPN, 600,000. The Indiana Fever versus the Atlanta Dream on NBA TV, 581,000. You want to know what else is quite not that good of a number? The Mystics versus the Fever. They did 330,000 about a week ago. Shout out to Bobby Shmurda. About a week ago on NBA TV, they did 330,000. Not the best. But when we compare that to the Dallas Wings versus the Seattle Storm on ESPN, and they only did 60,000 more, I'm not sure if that's making the statement that is going to get these ladies paid come CBA negotiation time. Maybe if they did 750,000 compared to a 330, then maybe. But they're barely squeaking out a Caitlin Clark-less Indiana Fever team on NBA TV compared to ESPN. That's not good. That's not good. And what's even worse is when Christine Brennan, you guys remember Christine Brennan, the only real journalist left in the WNBA, the one that asked Dejanay Carrington about the eye poke heard across the world, the one that the WNBA Players Association tried to revoke her credentials. She's been on a tear this season. Christine, salute to you. Please don't show me love. This might not be a good look for you. Christine Brennan has been going out of her way to kind of stick it to the old guard, to stick it to the WNBA, and I've been loving every single second of it. Christine Brennan goes out and tweets, WNBA ratings are down more than 50% since Caitlin Clark's injury. One player gets injured and more than half the TV audience for the entire league disappears. Has any other league, has any other athlete ever had that kind of impact on a sport? Golf without Tiger definitely dropped precipitously on occasion, but not like this. A truly remarkable sports story to continue. She goes on to say, this was utterly predictable. This was utterly predictable. She predicted this 2 weeks ago in the USA Today. She already came out in an article saying that. So instead of Christine Brennan, having no dignity, throwing her self-respect out of the window and trying to put a spin cycle on this, she just comes right out and calls it like it is. She just comes right out and calls a spade a spade. And we love calling a spade around here. The Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark's absence due to a left strain has had a significant impact on the WNBA TV ratings. The league TV ratings have declined with Clark sidelined. Nationally televised WNBA viewership is down 55%. Fever nationally TV games are down 53%, going from 1.81 down to 847. And I will tell you this right now, if the rest of the league averaged what the Indiana Fever averaged without Caitlin Clark, then the owners would be scared. Then the owners would be worried. Then the owners would be saying, damn, we might not need to actually pay some of these women. But now, they're probably saying, oh, without Caitlin Clark, this is just regularly scheduled programming over here. How much money did you want? Yeah, good luck with that. What else did you need? What kind of accommodations? Oh, yeah, good luck with that. Something needs to happen. Something's going to need to happen to these WNBA ratings that don't feature Caitlin Clark, that don't feature the Indiana Fever. Because if you only have one player, really, that plays on one team, that's carrying the ratings, well, that one team and that one player is going to get some favoritism. Because you know what the owners are going to do? Sweet. Every nationally televised game that gets X amount of ratings, you get this amount. Every nationally televised game that gets this amount of ratings, you get that amount. And it's just going to lead in the direction of a certain, I doubt the players are going to go for that. But again, the business is booming. It should be no challenge for the rest of the league to catch up. Because that's what they really need. They need to catch up. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all of the support. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed. 606,000 for the defending champs and the Chicago Sky. Can't even do more than the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark. Ugh. We'll see you next time, and as always, take it easy.